Hey everybody, my name is Phil Kollar. I'm being joined by Andrew Reiner.
Hey buddy, how are you doing
I'm okay, but I already know what you're going to talk about.
What?
You haven't stopped talking about it all day.
Remind me.
Mass Effect.
Yes! I've been playing it all week long.
So we're recording a video here.
You want to know about Mass Effect?
No, I don't.
This is a Mass Effect spoiler show.
No, it's
I'm just
not.
going to spit out a bunch of cool things about the story and gameplay
I'm gonna cut
and
off your
planets
mic.
and crew members.
We are talking about SSX. Reiner's been playing Mass Effect and won't shut up about it, but we're gonna talk about SSX today because snowboarding is more important than saving the galaxy.
Planet. You should scan the planet for minerals and all that fun stuff that you do in Mass Effect 2 and 3.
I don't think we can talk about that. So this is a new SSX. Anybody who's watched our SSX Tricky replay knows I'm a real big fan of this series. I've been really excited about getting back into it.
But you kind of took a big Kollar on this one.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
Is that like the industry? Like people are using that in the industry now?
And outside the industry, yeah.
Outside the industry too.
Whenever you use that other word, four-letter word, yeah, we replace it now with Kollar.
That's, I guess,
flattering.
I'm honored.
Yeah,
I guess
it's a legacy you're going to leave behind.
I gave the game a 7.75. I think it's all right, but it has some serious problems. It was not quite everything I wanted it to be. Let's start out. Let's just jump into World Tour mode quick. This is the mode that when you start the game, it forces you into World Tour mode. I recommend getting out of it as quickly as possible, but I will show off one of the races here.
Well, you gave it a 7.75. I should point out that other people are giving it rave reviews and lower reviews as well.
Have we seen it? I haven't seen any
reviews. I've seen some 9s, some 7s, yeah.
All right, well, I haven't read those, but so one of the new features is you can buy outfits. You can buy new boards.
I thought you could do that in the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could, but it seemed like it didn't affect it as much. And like, the thing that's different here is that there are thousands of boards.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like tons, and you can see there's just little like stat differences between each of them.
That's kind of cool.
And it's not a bad system. As you get in further,
snowboard loot.
You start buying other equipment. And that's part of where the game starts suffering, I think. But let's just jump into a race here. Part of this World Tour mode is you get story. You get to learn all about Team SSX. SSX turns out stands for snowboarding, surfing, and motocross, which I didn't know.
Why hasn't there been surfing or motocross in the series? I
don't think there should be. And I'm glad there hasn't been.
With that name, I think there should be.
But you're right. The name is weird. Just gonna...
Yeah, I guess I never knew what SSX stood for. Okay, Phil.
And as you can see, I'm unlocking medals over here.
You are pretty good at this so far.
And these medals are getting me bonus experience points so that I can level up more.
All right.
And because this is my first time playing on this account, but I've already played it quite a bit elsewhere, I'm just getting like a ton of medals at once.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Oh, there's a trophy there as well. This game has trophies, spoilers.
This is a little out of character for Reiner and Phil. Usually we really stink in these videos because we got to concentrate on talking. But
we'll see. We'll do some runs later that I will probably not be as good at.
Okay.
Just because there are some rough tracks, which is kind of getting to my problem with this game.
So outside of the terrain looking pretty plain and realistic, this looks just like the other SSX games so far.
Yeah, they did a good job of like making crazy tracks with awesome jumps for some of the tracks. But then they get into, so their whole thing is there are 3 different event types. Okay. There is Race It, which is what I'm doing here. I'm technically in a race, although I'm way ahead because I'm so good. So I don't actually have to worry that much. And then there's Trick It, which is, just trying to get the highest score possible, which those are the fun ones. Those are what I prefer doing.
I always enjoyed that about the old series.
Yeah. Tricks are the best thing about SSX by far. Oh boy, that's not safe.
Wow, how did you land that?
I'm just real good at video games. Look at all the medals. I'm just getting nonstop medals this whole run. And then there is Survive It, which is their new type. And Survive It races or Survive It events, I should say, are not very good.
Why is that?
Well, so they're focused on survival. And they put
does that mean you're like killing bears? Like,
well, they put you in dangerous situations like avalanches.
Okay.
And like dark caverns full of lava later on.
What?
Oh, there we go.
But you're still snowboarding. You're not just like walking around, right?
Yes, you are still snowboarding.
Ah! That's not safe.
Yeah, none of this is very safe. I'm pretty happy with that run. But
that was insane, dude. You were flipping all over the place.
There we go. Got a bunch of credits. Got some bonus stuff. Punch in the air. I'm
doing
punching
karate
the air.
and Pilates at the same time.
I'm gonna level up a lot there.
What do you mean level up a lot?
So your character levels up.
Where is that shown? Did we just skip that screen, or?
I might have just skipped that screen.
Okay.
Here, I will be able to show level 4. So I'm level 4. There's only 10 levels, but that just determines like what loot you can access.
Only 10 levels, and you're already 4?
Yeah,
that was an amazing run. Wasn't
it slows down a lot later, though.
Okay.
So let me see if I can go into a survival level and kind of show it off. Let's see if I can find one here. So we're jumping out of World Tour mode. Explore mode is the real meat of the game. World Tour, you're going to unlock characters. You're going to get introduced to the different types of events. And you're going to get motion comics that show you the story, but that's not very good. But Explore mode, which we're not online, but this is where you can pick any drop on any mountain. There's 153 total, which is a lot. And yeah, and race, you know, just jump in. And then you also get the whole like Need for Speed thing of leaderboards that you can compare against your friends, and it'll let you know when friends have beat your score.
That's awesome.
And it works really well. It's awesome.
So if you just avoid, can you avoid those survival ones, or do you have to do them?
You can avoid them in this mode if you want. But
Okay.
The problem is certain tracks are designed with survival in mind, and that's where things get kind of bad because
okay.
there'll be lots of tracks with like places where you fall to your death. And they're not very good.
So you can pick any character at any time.
Yeah, it's looking like. Hold on here. I just realized I want to try and find a survive it track if I can.
So there's a lot of stuff in this mode that's unlocked from the outset.
Mount Slaughter sounds friendly, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a surfer or a snowboarder's dream.
Here we go. Paid 5,000 to unlock this.
Okay.
Let's see.
Tane? Or is
Yeah.
that supposed to be Thane from Mass Effect 2?
And maybe Mass Effect 3? Can we talk about that?
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
So this is thermal protection required, so I need a solar panel, which Moby has, so we're going to play as Moby.
A solar panel?
A solar panel.
You just like hold that over your head?
See this? Cold protection, solar efficiency. So basically the way this works is for this course, there's going to be lots of shadow areas, but because this is a really cold mountain, we need to stay in the sun to keep our solar panel charged. If we're in the shadow for too long, we freeze to death.
This sounds like the freezing to death from Overblood. Like, it's 30 degrees, you're probably going to freeze to death within 20 seconds.
It's not very fun. That's the problem.
Really? That's the first survival is
No, it's
keep
the,
your
it's
solar
not
panel?
the first one, but it's the one that I just jumped into.
That's
There's
really
different
stupid.
ones. So there's like a wingsuit, which is actually kind of fun. That lets you get over big jumps.
You're like a flying squirrel, right?
Yeah, you look like
That's
a flying
really cool.
squirrel. There's armor, which is just for like surviving rocky terrain. There's a headlamp.
A headlamp? So it's like
for like dark
caverns?
caves. Yeah,
That's cool. Well, at least
is
they were
kinda
trying to
cool.
do different things with it, not just
Oh man,
Give you
there's
new tricks.
the worst one is there's an oxygen one, where if you're playing in like low oxygen settings, you have to keep pressing a button to give your character oxygen. And then
what?
yeah, I'm not even joking.
You just can't wear an oxygen tank?
You are wearing one, but in
That
order
should
to
just
use
keep
it,
giving you oxygen.
and if you don't keep pressing the button, your character eventually passes out. Oh no! Oh boy! I'm in shadow. This isn't good.
So it's the breathe button.
Yeah, basically, yes.
I'm kind of hip to that. I want to see that.
We can probably find that later. It's not very fun. Oh boy! Oh, this isn't good.
Who's the dude that dropped all the flares?
Probably the guy in the helicopter that keeps flying us everywhere, right?
That'd be fun if that was multiplayer where you could like highlight the path.
Oh boy!
But how'd the helicopter get in that cavern then?
That's a good question. That's a question that we need to ask EA.
Well, maybe it'll be transmedia. Maybe they'll have a book that describes all
They
the
had a comic, I
flares.
think.
Well, maybe that's where the flare
Regular
story
comic.
is.
You can see they're telling me how much longer this thing's gonna last, which is kind of cool.
This game's very gray in
Oh
its color
boy,
palette. What?
this isn't. I just froze to death.
You were still going. You looked like you were exerting a lot of energy.
Nope.
It must be really cold. Like that movie, The Day After Tomorrow, where if you're just outside, you're dead.
I find it funny too that there's just like certain mountains are really cold, but the rest of them are fine.
Okay.
Let's jump out of that. Let's see
Africa.
if I can remember.
There's snowboarding in Africa?
where we need the tank.
The tank?
The
the
air
oxygen
tank.
I was like, wow, this sounds incredible.
An actual tank, which would be pretty. Yeah, that would be pretty incredible. Let's see who has an oxygen tank. There we go.
I always liked her.
Uh-oh. I don't have enough money to buy her, so we're going to have to come back to this. I'll do a regular run first.
Okay. Tear it up, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you learn any snowboarding lingo? Shred?
Shredding, yeah, that's a thing, I think.
Fresh powder?
Well, now that's actually drug lingo, what you're talking about there.
Fresh powder.
Yeah, that's...
What do you call, like, freshly laid snow in snowboarding then?
Oh, snow.
It's just,
Snow, yeah.
dude, hit the snow.
So as you can see, I can purchase these characters. If you play through World Tour mode, you'll actually unlock them and you won't have to purchase them.
Okay.
So that's always an option, but oh well. Let's throw some gear on.
You like your redheaded ladies.
That is a fact.
That is no lie.
That's known. That is, people know that about me.
What is your Commander Shepard male, female?
I actually went with male and sort of regret it because female Shepard's way better.
Yeah, the voice actor's way
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But so you're male. Is your sex interest female? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there weren't male gay sex interests until the third one,
Uh-huh.
from what I understand. From what you've been telling me.
Yes.
I should note though that sex interests are the only thing I'm interested in Mass Effect. It's the
There's a
reason I
lot of
like
that.
Mass Effect is the romance.
Well, you're really gonna like 3 then.
All right, so see how this course? Oh boy, see how there's like
Whoa!
oh, I did a trick off the helicopter. That's kind of cool.
Wait, did it recognize you hit the helicopter?
Yeah, you do a trick off of it. It actually gives you extra points.
It's awesome.
Yeah, for a long time I thought the helicopter was just superfluous, that it was just flying around and being annoying, and then I was like, oh, you can actually do stuff.
Oh, that's a sweet ramp. So how are the controls compared to the old one?
They're great. The buttons now, the trick buttons are actually on the face instead of the shoulders, but you can switch back to the shoulders if you want. The classic control scheme is in here.
I really liked, I think my favorite in the series, I'm in the minority here, was 3,
Sure.
where they added, what was it called, Butter, where you could do like the manual from
Yeah, that's in
Tony
here.
Hawk? That is. So you can theoretically do an entire run with one combo.
Yeah, it would be really difficult, but yeah, it's totally possible. So you can see I'm doing tail press and nose press.
Yeah,
That's how you do that.
Just keep that combo going, buddy.
See how far I can do this. I usually end up messing it up at some point.
Just focus, concentrate. I'll give you a little backer up here.
Well, that's distracting. Whoa!
Got it going, man. This is your moment. We will look back on this day and say this is the greatest thing Phil Kollar has ever done.
Most people...
You
my
may be
SSX
changing what
performances...
Kollar means at this very
Oh,
moment.
boy.
You lost it?
Yeah, I lost it.
Ah, nope. You took a Kollar all over that one, too.
But look at it, I still have a lot of points. And I did another trick off of a helicopter.
Can you, like, get caught in the blades?
Oh, boy. No, I don't think so.
Ah.
But it's nice that they put the classic, like, shoulder button option in here for old school players who
Right.
want to stick with that.
This looks fun to me. This looks like exactly what I want from SSX.
Yeah, and this is the stuff that is fun. Like the trick runs are really great. Like I said, you run into so many tracks that are just like full of crappy like pits that you fall into and die. And you know that those are just in there because of those Survive It mode, and it's like it just makes me wish that they had not done Survive It mode at all.
And are there any fun tracks, kind of like the first one? There was that weird ping pong type of...
No, nothing like that. I did, I asked them about that when I did a preview a while ago, and they said maybe DLC.
Ah.
Which, that would make for good DLC, I think.
You're in third.
I've got bronze already, so we're set on that.
Yeah, but we only do gold medal runs on Reiner and Phil.
I might not get gold.
That will be the end of Reiner and Phil if you do not.
Gold is like 36 million.
Oh, that is way up there.
I might not even get silver at this point. We'll see. I got the sick run medal, though. Sick. No!
Nice! How is that possible? Is she like a Lego figure? Just pops her feet off the board?
Yes.
Maybe that's explained in that comic book, too.
All of it is explained in the comic.
Tricky.
Yeah, they have the crappy, like, dubstep remix of Tricky. Ugh.
Dubstep.
I want the actual Tricky.
Whoa. Is the soundtrack mostly dubstep?
No, the soundtrack's all right, but it's just not as good as the old. It's a lot of like actually quiet like indie songs, and it's like, okay, I like listening to this stuff in real life, but it's not necessarily the best extreme snowboarding soundtrack, you know?
It doesn't keep you calm, in the zone.
It keeps me calm, but like not in the zone, I guess that's what I would say. A lot of room for improvement on this run, but I did all right.
Gold. That guy got a gold.
And what it will do is, like, in addition to telling you what your friends have got on this track, it will pull the friend who's closest to your score, who you're closest to beating. It will pull their ghost, and you can see their ghost running the track while you're running it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, let's... I have enough money here now to...
So we're going to do the oxygen run.
Yeah, we're going to do the oxygen run. I got to show you guys how this works, because it's really dumb. So, who did I need to unlock?
Was it Eloise?
Here we go. Aori, let's do this.
Uh-oh. You are not prepared for this drop.
38% survival, that sounds like good odds to me.
Well, how do you raise that?
You get better gear.
But even that doesn't help these events then?
No. I mean,
so even if you hold off on doing them until you have better gear?
They just never they're not fun. Like, you can... I got to the point where I could get through them, but it's just that the act of getting through these events isn't fun and isn't what I associate with SSX, you know? SSX isn't about trying really hard to, like, survive or, like, memorizing levels with, like, platforming stuff, you know? Right?
Okay. So tell me when you're hitting the button to give yourself oxygen.
Hitting it now? You see that thing around my... See that?
No.
See how it's closing on?
Oh, yeah.
I need to hit it, or she'll pass out eventually.
Okay. And you have unlimited?
Nope. I have until that meter runs out.
And what button is giving you oxygen?
R1.
And you can do that while you're tricking?
Yep. But it's just another button that you have to press, you know? Another button to hold down while you're trying to hold down 4 other buttons, you know?
This doesn't seem so bad.
I disagree.
Do they become really difficult? Because this doesn't seem like
They do, actually,
okay.
yeah. And
it seems like a pretty cool course.
This course is totally fine. If it did not have the oxygen thing going on, I think this would be an okay course.
And how many courses have you seen? Are there just tons of them, or?
Like I said, there's 153 drops. And
okay, so drops.
And you know,
courses or are courses like split up on that drop? Could a drop be like a really long run and they cut it into 3 different tracks?
So a drop is, you know how in SSX 3?
Yeah, they were shorter and then longer.
Yeah, you would see like some of the same bits of the mountain.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that.
Phil, don't die.
I'm trying not to die.
Nice.
I'm almost out of oxygen here.
Oh, really?
Look at it. It's in the red.
How close are you to being done with this race here?
Let's see if we can find a number.
300 meters.
I'm not far. should probably be boosting more.
So she can't even hold her breath till she gets to the bottom? There isn't
Apparently
like
not.
a last gasp
Just
type
keep
of
tapping the
lifesaver?
button. Nope, nothing like that.
Phil, don't die. You got one left, I think. Oh boy.
I'm gonna make it, I think.
There it
Oh
is.
boy, no, I'm out of oxygen.
There, but that's the end.
And now she's totally fine.
That seemed very exciting to me. I don't know, dude.
Like it?
I kind of like that.
You like it?
I do.
I don't like it. But no, so a drop is like one course will have a trick version, a race version, and sometimes a survive it version, and those are all separate drops.
Okay.
And then, you know, like on one mountain, there might be like 5 different drops, and they show off different paths through the mountain. And sometimes they'll like cross or like go down into one path eventually.
Okay.
So you might see some of the same stuff, but there's a ton of content here. There's lots and lots of content, and a lot of it is good. So, you know, that's why I say I still kind of recommend it for fans. Why don't we show one more trick course, and then we'll call it.
Okay. Yeah, pick your like favorite drop that's available from the
I really
outset.
like. Actually, let me see if I can.
It's kind of cool you get to use all the characters and switch it up.
Yeah, you have to level up each character individually though, which kind of sucks.
Do they have different moves?
They do.
Like different tricky moves, I guess. The
Yeah,
same
they
basic
have
set.
different tricky moves, exactly.
But there isn't a thing where one guy's better at doing manuals or...
Not really.
Okay.
See if I can get a different board here. So we're doing a trick run, so I'm going to buy this trick board. Equip that. All right, let's do this. And there's a trophy.
You got a lot already, I think. Those things were popping up left and right at the beginning of this.
All right.
What is the best run that you put together?
In terms of like score, highest score I ever got?
And like, what are the challenges at the end? Are they like kind of like Tony Hawk at the end of those runs, like 1,000,000 points?
No, I mean, it's more like the highest that I was seeing was like 50,000 range. I think the highest I got was probably in like 20,000 on one of my runs. Let's see what I can do here. So this is in Alaska. And as you can see, the one of the main features of this mountain is the Alaska pipeline here.
Oh, okay.
And you can grind on that, of course.
Probably shouldn't do that.
No, I think this is allowed.
Yeah, I saw they fixed it in a James Bond movie. And I think it was fine since then from what I see in the news. So hopefully you don't ruin it here.
I think it'll be fine. What is the worst that could happen?
Does it ever explode or anything like that? Or
No.
pour gas all over you?
No, man, that would be awesome, though.
And then you have like a flame chasing you down the course?
This is one of my favorite runs. I did this one a lot.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Some nice linked grinds.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Seems like grinding's a little easier to get connected.
Yeah,
Whoa, what is that?
there's no balance when you're grinding anymore.
Was that just a ghost or was that?
Yeah, that was
no
the ghost.
collision? Okay. Can you punch people?
I think in races you can. But in trick runs, I think it's usually no collision because it's just a trick run.
A chick run?
A chick run. We're doing a chick run after this, right?
Yes.
Great.
We're going to the mall, where we always go for our chick runs.
Perfect.
Okay, that was nice.
Got a silver, not bad.
Yeah,
I was
nice,
close.
short.
I was close to a gold there.
That was the thing about the old SSXs. The runs took forever.
Yeah, and there are definitely long runs in this as well, but it's a nice mix.
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely, you know, if you read the review, if you're a fan of SSX, don't let 775 scare you off, because as I say in the review,
that's not a giant Kollar. That's just
it's a tiny Kollar.
Yeah, normal size Kollar.
Normal size.
So that's enough for me to check it out. Like, I think this looks awesome. Like,
There is a lot here, and there's a lot to like. There's some major problems, and I hope that they'll fix that. But look at all this stuff.
yeah, tons of stuff to do. I've wanted a good scoring kind of trick game for a while now since.
And the online stuff is awesome. The way that it compares with your friends and that they borrow that stuff from Need for Speed is great. So I definitely, you know, for big SSX fans, I recommend it. hopefully they'll get a chance to do another one and fix some of the problems with it.
And then we have Tony Hawk HD right around the corner.
That's right.
But that is just a re-release of old stuff. But at the same time, I'm excited about that. Excited about this coming back. Hopefully these catch on and we have more games like this in the future.
Yeah, and I would love if they do some re-releases of old maps on
That'd be
this,
sweet.
like in this engine. That would be great. I should also point out real quick right before we stop, Global Events is the other online mode. And that's where you're actually going to see other people live as they're racing.
Oh, okay.
And,
So there is some multiplayer.
There's going to be events running 24/7. One of the kind of cool things is they have an online pass, but it doesn't lock you out of global events. It just, you won't get any winnings. You won't get your credits from there if you play
kind
in
of an
it.
interesting approach.
But you can still play it, so that's kind of cool. I like that. It's a really cool thing that they're doing. So
And the online pass just comes in a new version of retail.
any
Okay.
new copy. Otherwise, you have to pay, whatever,
$10
$10 or whatever it is.
probably,
Yeah. So, all right, that's SSX, and I'm sure we'll be back next week to talk about Mass Effect since you won't.
I'm
shut
going to
up
play
about
some
it.
more right now.
All right.